There's only one moment when the soul can leap into infinity. A split second when time simply stops. Where clocks don't matter, calendars don't count, and the soul just breathes. This moment happens every year. Always on the same day. July 30th. But this isn't just any day. What if what you call routine is really a deep disconnection from your soul's natural rhythm? Maybe you're not lost. Maybe you're just out of sync with the vibration you were made for. Stay with me till the end of this video and discover how a single day can rewrite your energy, your story, your destiny. And if this message speaks to you, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and share this video with someone who needs to remember who they truly are. Because this channel is a space to reconnect with what the soul never forgot. It doesn't belong to any month, it answers to no system. It's a sacred space outside the Gregorian calendar. A day the ancient Mayans called the Day Out of Time. Today, many cultures celebrate it as an energetic portal, a suspended moment where a crack opens in the fabric of time, and something very ancient awakens. But what exactly is this day? Is it just a calendar oddity? Or is there a forgotten wisdom behind it? A cosmic synchronicity that links the human soul to the heart of the universe? Today, on this episode of Hidden Protocol, we'll unravel the mysteries surrounding July 30th. We'll explore its connection to Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, to the sun, to your soul, to what can't be seen, but has always been there. You see, the Mayan calendar wasn't like ours. It was based on 13 perfect moons. Each month lasted 28 days. That made 364 days. So what about day 365? It didn't fit into any month. It wasn't counted. It wasn't worked on. It carried no karma. It was a day to empty yourself, to meditate, to cleanse, to start fresh. It was the spiritual reset for the human soul. That day out of time was a ritual moment, a necessary void, like the universe saying, stop, breathe, decide who you want to be. And on that very day, something else happens. The sun starts to align with Sirius, creating a very special frequency, a vibrational key that wise ones, astrologers, and ancient cultures recognized as an intuitive call. Like a door opening from the sky. Sirius isn't just a star. It's a symbol. It's the sun behind the sun. A source of stellar wisdom. The Egyptians worshipped it. The Dogon knew it without telescopes. The Mayans saw Sirius as a guide. Everyone knew that when Sirius and the sun align, it's no coincidence. It's a call. A surge of energy that activates our pineal gland, our intuition, our spiritual memory. July 30th is the day when the soul can remember its mission. Because not all days are measured by hours. Some days are measured by vibration, by silence, by intention. Imagine this. The year is a giant energy ring. 13 perfect moons spin around. And right before the new cycle begins, there's a silence. A threshold. A pause. That's July 30th. A space where the soul can say, I'm ready. I empty myself to be born again. And no, this isn't some modern idea. Ancient cultures lived this day as a sacred ritual. They knew the soul needs pauses, not just sleep or rest, but sacred pauses. Moments of doing nothing, letting go, healing. Today, caught in this artificial 12-month calendar with its uneven months, we've lost that threshold. We believe time is linear, that we must always rush, do, achieve. But the soul doesn't work that way. The soul needs to die for a moment, to be born anew. And here's where everything connects. July 30th marks that moment. That instant when you can pause your life and reprogram yourself. When you decide to release what no longer vibrates with you, cleanse your energy field, and look inward. Because if you don't stop, the universe can't speak to you. But if you do, if you listen, then something starts to shine in the sky. Sirius. And in the early dawn of July 31st, Sirius makes its zodiacal rising, its first appearance before sunrise, right beside the sun. For the Egyptians, this marked the start of their sacred year. For the Mayans, it was the confirmation of a new vibrational cycle. Why Sirius? Because for millennia it's represented stellar knowledge. Information arriving without words. Like a cosmic library. Like you passed through it before you were born. And when Sirius aligns with the sun, your pineal gland, that spiritual antenna, can receive a frequency. A light invisible to the eyes, but felt in dreams, on your skin, in your intuition. Have you ever made a decision without knowing why, and later realized it was perfect? Have you ever felt something speak to you, but not in words? That's the voice of Sirius. That's the vibrational field of July 30th. That's why many cultures fasted, bathed, danced, and sang. It wasn't superstition. It was tuning in. Because to receive this energy, you don't have to understand it, you just have to be ready. Create silence, space, openness. And yes, that requires one thing: letting go. Letting go isn't losing. It's making room. It's telling the universe, I'm ready for something new. But if you don't let go, if you keep carrying guilt, grudges, fears, or other people's expectations, no frequency can help you. The Mayans performed fire and water rituals. They'd write down what they wanted to release and offer it to the river or the fire. Not magic, but a symbol. Because the unconscious understands actions. It needs signs, rituals. And you? Have you thought about what you need to release today? What ties, habits, or thoughts no longer represent you? What dreams were born from fear, not your truth? The day out of time isn't for asking, it's for emptying. Not for rushing, but for listening. Not for doing, but for being. And if you're willing to let go, then yes, something new can come, not from outside, but from within. Because the real code isn't in the sky, it's waiting to be awakened inside you. July 30th is that chance. Once a year. A day that doesn't exist, but changes everything. And if you want to embrace it, here are some simple but powerful rituals you can try. Fire ritual. Write down everything you no longer want to carry. Read it aloud. Then burn it with intention. Feel the fire transform it. Not destroy it, free it. Sacred water bath. Use plants, salt, or lavender. As the water touches you, say, I release what I am no longer. I enter the new cycle clean. Meditation with Sirius. Go outside at night. Look up. Even if you can't see the star, visualize it. Feel its blue light entering through your crown. Breathe. Listen. Decrees. Write a decree for this new cycle. Read it aloud with power. Something like, I activate my truth. I release the past. I walk from the soul. Art, dance, music. Express yourself. There's no right way. Do it from the soul. This day is for forgiveness, beauty, peace. And most importantly, do it with intention. Don't let July 30th pass like just any other day. Because it's not. It's a threshold. A crack. A cosmic whisper that asks, are you ready to let go? If something inside you stirred from this message, don't ignore it. Maybe your soul remembers. Maybe that portal is already opening. And if that's true, take a pause. Close your eyes. Listen. Because sometimes time doesn't just pass. It heals. It awakens. It transforms. Thank you for being here, for listening with your soul, for remembering what your soul already knew. And if you felt this message touched something inside you, they say after the threshold, nothing is ever the same again. When you cross that invisible crack in time, that suspended space we know as July 30th, the soul can no longer sleep the same way. Because it has remembered something. It has awakened. And what is once remembered can never be forgotten. Have you ever had a deep experience after which everything feels different? The same place, the same people, the same problems, but you are no longer the same. That's because something inside you, a frequency, a consciousness, a center, has realigned. July 30th is exactly that, a cosmic correction for the soul. And no, you don't need to understand this with your mind. Because this knowledge doesn't come from intellect. It comes from somewhere else, older, wiser, more subtle. It lives in that forgotten archive inside your cells. It comes from the heart. So, what happens after July 30th? A new cycle begins. Quiet, energetic, vibrational. No fireworks, no headlines. But your body knows it. Your dreams know it. The coincidences start to pick up. And if you pay attention, you'll notice how the universe begins to respond. In ways you can't ignore. You'll see signs. Feel calls. Have intuitions you used to overlook. Because once you cross the day out of time with intention, it's like the universe whispers, "I heard you." And then, whether you like it or not, veils start to fall. Veils over your habits, over your relationships, over your beliefs. Things you once tolerated suddenly feel heavy. Places where you used to fit feel strange. Because you've vibrated differently. And what doesn't resonate can no longer stay. Many call this the dark night of the soul. But really, it's the dawn. July 30th isn't just a pause. It's a point of activation. An energetic reset that, if you allow it, can change the course of your life. Not abruptly, but like a seed. A seed planted on that sacred day. That begins to sprout slowly, with every choice, every act of awareness. The 13 days that follow. The ancient timekeepers knew this phase well. For them, the 13 days after the day out of time were sacred. The start of a new count, a new galactic cycle. A kind of seed moon, setting the tone for everything to come. That's why what you do in those first 13 days matters. If you align with what you planted on July 30th, what you released, decreed, and cleansed, your energy syncs with that new frequency. But if you slip back into old patterns, ignore the calls, or miss the chance, the cycle may close before it blooms. No punishment, just vibrational consequences. Think of it like an orchestra. July 30th is tuning your instrument. The following days play the first notes. If your note is clear, clean, and strong, everything that follows will sound harmonious. But if you're off-key, if you neglect your frequency, your year might fill with noise instead of music. And we're not just talking about goals or external achievements. We're talking about your inner purpose. That force pushing you toward why you came here. That talent you hid. That dream you postponed. That call you ignored out of fear, habit, or survival. This is your moment to take it back. Here's a dynamic, conversational English version with a natural flow and mystical vibe. The energy of rebirth. When Sirius aligns with the sun, more than just light enters the earth. Information enters. Vibration enters. A kind of ancient code that only the soul can decode. It's like, in that moment, the earth itself receives an update. And we, who are part of it, do too. But this update isn't automatic. It's not downloaded just because we're alive. It's activated by choice. You have to be present. You have to say yes. You have to be willing to let go of the old so the new can take root. That's why many people feel a crisis after this portal. Because the soul says, it's now or never. And what's not aligned starts to break. Relationships wobble. Jobs become unbearable. The body signals imbalance through illness. The mind churns, searching for answers. But there are no answers, only transformation. What happens after July 30th isn't always comfortable. But it's always necessary. If this is happening to you, you're not failing. You're being reborn. How to hold the frequency. Here's where many souls stray. Because July 30th is beautiful, yes, but fleeting. It's a spark, a flash. And if you don't hold it, it's lost. So, how do you keep that flame alive? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Because maybe that someone is about to wake up. See you in the next episode of Protocolo Occulto.